Have you ever felt a soft, rhythmic pressure against your arm? Or looked down to find a single velvet paw resting gently on your hand while you work? It feels like a simple, fleeting gesture, perhaps just an accidental touch as they shift their weight, but in the silent and sophisticated language of your cat. That tiny movement carries a physical and emotional weight you might never have imagined. We often look into their eyes for a slow blink, or listen for the vibration of a purr to understand how they feel, yet we frequently overlook the very tools they use to navigate their world and express their deepest devotion. Those paws aren't just for walking or hunting. They are the delicate instruments of a secret emotional dialogue. Most owners think their cat is just being restless, or perhaps asking for a treat when they reach out. But the reality is that your cat is attempting to bridge the gap between two different species through the power of touch. If you have ever watched your cat need a soft blanket or your own lap, you've witnessed one of the most profound displays of feline vulnerability. This rhythmic motion, often called making biscuits, is a behavior that carries a deep psychological echo from their very first days of life. As kittens, this motion stimulated milk flow from their mother, and as adults, they only reserve this behavior for moments of absolute safety and contentment. When your cat brings those paws to your skin, they aren't just looking for a comfortable place to sleep. They are essentially telling you that they see you as their ultimate protector. In that moment, they are regressing to a state of pure, kitten-like trust, effectively communicating that in your presence, they feel as safe as they did when they were tucked away with their mother. It is a biological confession of love that most of us dismiss as a simple quirk of the species. But the language of the paw goes even deeper than simple nostalgia. Have you ever noticed that your cat seems to claim you by pressing their paws firmly against your chest or face? To understand this, we have to look at the fascinating biology hidden between their toes. Cats possess specialized scent glands, known as interdigital glands, located right between their paw pads. When they touch you, they aren't just seeking physical contact. They are performing a ritual of scent marking. In the wild, marking territory is often seen as an act of dominance, but within the home, it is an act of family bonding. By pressing their paws against you, they are weaving their unique chemical signature into yours. They are marking you as safe, as family, and as someone who belongs to them. It's their way of creating a shared identity, a silent signal to the rest of the world that you are a part of their inner circle. There is another, much more subtle gesture that many owners miss entirely. The gentle reach. You might be sitting on the sofa, distracted by a book or a screen, when your cat extends one paw just far enough to touch your leg or your arm. They don't necessarily want to climb onto you, and they aren't asking for food. This is what behaviorists often call anchoring. Because cats are naturally solitary hunters, they are highly sensitive to their surroundings and usually maintain a degree of physical independence. When they choose to anchor themselves to you with a single paw, they are voluntarily breaking that independence. They are seeking a constant, physical tether to your presence. It is a quiet way of saying that even when they are in their own world, they want to be connected to yours. You may have also seen your cat stretch out their paws toward you while they are in a deep sleep. Or perhaps they reach out to touch your face when you lean in close. This is perhaps the highest form of feline flattery. A cat's paws are incredibly sensitive, packed with nerve endings that allow them to feel vibrations and textures that we can't even perceive. By placing those sensitive pads on your skin, they are quite literally feeling your presence and your heartbeat. It is a moment of intense sensory intimacy, Most people assume that if a cat isn't purring, they aren't expressing affection, but the secret language of the paw is often much more honest. A purr can be a reflex, but the intentional placement of a paw is a choice. As you spend more time observing these small movements, you'll begin to realize that your cat is constantly talking to you without making a sound. The way they tuck their paws under their chest in a loaf position shows they trust you enough to put their primary weapons away. The way they might gently tap your hand when you stop petting them isn't just a demand, it's a request for the continuation of a bond they value. When you understand the complexity behind these gestures, your relationship with your cat undergoes a profound shift. You stop seeing them as just a pet in your home and start seeing them as a silent companion who,